I'd like to show you the basic camera operations for the Canon Rebel T4i. Starting at the top here, we have our power switch right here, so we're going to turn that on. And right next to that we have this dial, and you can see right now it's set to M, which is manual exposure. We have a bunch of aperture priority, program modes, and a bunch of presets. We're just going to focus on the manual mode for exposure. Coming to the back screen here, the back screen shows us all the information we need, our settings, our light meter, what we're shooting at, etc. It's a touch screen, so if you touch the Q at the bottom of the corner here, it allows you to change these options. And the first thing you're going to want to do every time you get this camera is make sure what format you're shooting in. So I'm going to click this bottom corner right here twice, and you can see I could shoot in these large, medium, small, or RAW options. So large, medium, small are JPEGs. Those are compressed images. Those are fine for just kind of like taking images and sending them out. But the RAW file format is the file format that you're going to want to use if you're going to be doing any heavy editing. It allows you a lot more range when you edit. So it's in RAW right now. We're good. Let's take a look at the lens up front here. So if we take a look on the lens, there is a little switch right here. It says AF, MF. This is the autofocus or manual focus. So when it's set in autofocus, when you press that shutter halfway down, it's going to focus. It's going to try to focus as best it can on your subject. If you switch it to MF, that allows you to use this outer ring right here, and you could manually focus that. And you can see that manual focus when you look through the viewfinder. For ease of use, I'm just going to click it back over to AF. Additionally, we have this large ring right here, and what that does is that changes the zoom of your lens. On the top, you can actually see this 18, 24, 35, and as the numbers go up, you're basically zooming in to a more telephoto lens. And again, you'll see those reflected in the viewfinder when you do that. And lastly here is after you're done taking photographs, the next video will show you how to set your exposure, taking your images by just pressing the shutter all the way. If you want to review your images in the field, down at the bottom corner here there's a little playback button. I'm going to go ahead and hit that playback button, and you can see it brings up your last image. You could use the D-pad to kind of cycle through your images, and you could also up here in the corner you'll see that there's a little plus and a minus magnifying glass, and you could zoom in there, and then once you're zoomed in you could actually use your D-pad to check focus. So you might want to zoom in and make sure that your subject is in focus before you move on. Press the shutter halfway down again, and it goes back into camera mode.